welcome to today's edition of Pegasus Test. On today's edition, we're covering Stage 7 of Finnish Brutality 2022, Sprint and Repeat. Very accurate stage name. So what happens here? Well, at your start point, you have to engage a target with you in front of you with one round. And that's all you get, one round. You move on after that. So you fire your round, hopefully you get your hit, you move in the next position, which is right next to the Sisu truck we were riding in the day before, firing out the back. Well, this time you fire by the right side tire, get a hit on the target in front of you, then crawl under the Sisu, come up on the left side tire, get a hit on that target, and then sprint over to the far side of the range, get a hit there, and you go back and forth until you get 13 hits. If you miss, you just got to go to the next one, and it doesn't count. And you got 180 seconds to get it done. Let's talk about what happened. Okay, so the buzzer goes off and all seems well. Get the hit, which is why you're here. I'm like, okay, 12 more to go. Got a good pace going. Get into position. And the problems start. And no bang. Do the immediate action. And the problem I know is somewhat with the magazine, because if I drop the magazine down just a tad, let that bolt go, it'll chamber the round. Then I seat the magazine, the round will go off. Now here, let's talk about crawling under the truck. For those of you who are veterans, the military taught you how to crawl properly. And I noticed during this stage, people who didn't have military experience took forever to get under the truck. Those of us with military experience that have been taught how to crawl negotiated this obstacle with no problem. But I noticed for a lot of people it seemed to stump them to a certain level, which kind of makes no sense. Just fighting through the problem here. Got to work the problem and get the hits. Even right now, I haven't given up on this, and it's like I still think I got a chance. So I'm just working the problem, fighting through. Made sure to get the hit, because when you only get one round to get it, the extra second or two you take to get that hit more than makes up for missing and then having to run to the next position. Yeah, this is where I'm starting to like, oh no.
I know, it's not the problem though.
Oh no, I might be running out of time. Now here's where I take my only miss on my run. And it was frustrating, and I was rushing it because the time was getting in my head. I was like, I knew that buzzer's got to be coming. I've spent too much time on the malfunctions. And as you can see, fighting through one here. So ended up missing that. Dash back to the Sisu, get in position, and I'm going to get number 7 here once I fight through another malfunction. By now I kind of know what I got to do to get it to work. And the hit comes. Oh, eventually the hit will come. And with the hit comes the buzzer.
Fuck. Alright, well that was frustrating as hell.
Yeah.
The rifle's been working really good, so I don't know why right now she decided no, I'm not going to feed. Had the problem with the first magazine, switched to the second, and I basically had a bolt action rifle the whole time.
Yeah, still you made the hit despite the frustration.
Yeah. What would have been an epic run was foiled.
The gremlins got my rifle. I still to this day am not 100% sure what it was, but I know it was frustrating because I was getting the hits. I had a good pace. I'd watched other people do this stage and I was like, yeah, I can get this done. Matter of fact, after I got the 5th and 6th hit, I still thought I could get in under the buzzer. That's how well I thought I was doing. I definitely had a good enough pace if I wasn't constantly clearing malfunctions. And I don't know what it was. All I can assume is some kind of gunk got up in the chamber. Maybe from when that barrel was plugged back in stage 6 and I cleaned it out, maybe something got into the chamber, although I had tacked it with a chamber brush, so who knows. Super frustrating though, because every shot, every frickin' time, right from loading before the buzzer went off, just it would go, but not quite in the battery. And it definitely felt like it was dragging. Now the only good side of this is when this stage was over and I was going to the next stage, Ian from Forgotten Weapons was there, and he helped design the What Would Stoner Do rifle. So I immediately said, "Hey Ian, I need some help here, dude." And he more than generous with his time. We looked it over, did some test firing, and we pretty much came to the conclusion it was the Gen 2 PMags that I was using. So we kind of had a solution. I gave it another cleaning, did a test firing, got it working. Ian let me borrow some of his Gen 3 PMags, and yeah, it really did crank a whole lot better with that. It definitely cycled better when you put it in the battery. You could tell the difference on the Gen 2s. The bolt was moving slower in the battery. So I think combine that with little movement, angle of the magazine, a little gunk in there, just all the gremlins combined to have some tolerance stacking and just make the rifle not want to work properly. Which is really frustrating because half of all the penalties I took in this match, I took on this stage. And I think the only amazing thing that came out of this stage for me is, believe it or not, I wasn't dead last. Some poor other fuckers did even worse than I am, and they've got my sympathies, because that was super frustrating to come out of that with only 7 hits. Anyhow, stage is over, lessons are learned, you know, the rifle's been maintained, it's working now, so whatever it was got in there, screwed up the stage, and then promptly left the rifle. So I guess I can be happy for that. Anyhow, stage 7 was still fun. I wish I could have got all 13 hits in under time, but c'est la vie, as they say. Let's go on to stage 8 tomorrow.